good.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see you again, my friend.
You.
You know Peter Winkler, don't you?
Merle, how are you? Hi, Peter.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is a great place to start, though, Merle. This is a fiber cement board. It's a rot-free material. What we're trying to deliver to you are homes that have lower maintenance. So we can start with the James Hardie siding. We can get into trim boards made out of Miratech. If you go up to the ceiling, you'll actually see some crown molding that's painted the trim color, but that's not your typical wood crown molding that we'll use inside the house. That's a PVC product. That's plastic. That's another no-rot material. Concrete front porches with that beautiful stone band that go around. Very low maintenance. Again, with the wrought iron railings that we have here, another great low-maintenance item. So if 95% of the exterior of the home is made of a no-rot material, what is? Well, back to the ceiling again, we've got a beautiful painted beadboard ceiling out here on the porch. Now that is a natural wood product, but it's in such a well-protected location that the chance of rot occurring there are very low. So that would be one of the areas you might expect to find a product like that.
Great. Well, let's take a look inside.
Follow Peter.
Hey, Merle. Thanks for coming out today. So the first thing I want to point out is the site finished hardwood floors. These are beautiful hardwood floors. What's most important about this is that we have a sealed and conditioned crawl space underneath. That maintains a temperature between about 62 and 68 year-round, and that's great for the floors. We don't have to put any insulation up right against the bottom of it. In the wintertime, they're warmer on your feet. You don't have to get out of bed and jump onto a cold hardwood floor. It's also great. It provides an optimum environment for your heating and air system.
Got the heated air and the conditioned air on both sides of these hardwood floors. And one of the things that hardwood floors hate are differences in temperature and moisture from side to side. Now we're starting to equalize that, so these floors should have a much better life.
And one thing everybody's favorite, if you want to turn around and take a look at our double-sided fireplace here. This is a direct vent fireplace, which means it's a sealed chamber, sealed combustion chamber. All those combustible gases stay inside of that chamber, and it's vented directly outside. That maintains a much better air quality and also puts out a tremendous amount of heat. These fireplaces are rated usually about 70% more efficient than a standard fireplace, and of course they're beautiful to look at too.
Hey, check out this kitchen, Merle. I want to share with you some of the cabinets that are in here and how they're green. These cabinets are made for us up in Lynchburg, Virginia, and as you're probably aware, that's a relatively short drive from here. That's another important aspect to think about when you're building homes is how far away are those building materials? How much transportation infrastructure do you need? How much gas are you going to burn to get materials to your job site? Well, these are made just up in Virginia for us by Dovetail Drawer Construction here, another quality sign of a good cabinet. Indoor air quality is important in these homes, so we ensure that these cabinets are made formaldehyde-free. So that gas is not being brought into your home and your kitchen cabinets and your bathroom vanities. It also applies to your insulation. Formaldehyde-free insulation leads to a healthier indoor air quality as well.
This is one of the vents for our central vacuum system. And what this does, by having a system like this, all of the dust that you vacuum up, most vacuum cleaners will just redistribute that throughout your house. And in this case, it's going outside up into a system that's up in the attic. And that's maintaining your air quality. It's particularly important for people with allergies and also with asthma. So this is another way that we're able to maintain that indoor air quality and, of course, keep your house clean throughout the year.
Programmable thermostats, another way that you can save energy. You can set temperatures for various days and times. So set your thermostat back a few degrees in the evening when you're asleep. Have it come on maybe an hour or so before you get up. And then it can set itself back again once you go to work. And there throughout the day, you're just making slight changes, but it can save you another 10% towards your utility bills. And into the master bath. You want to talk about WaterSense, Peter?
Yeah, let's talk about WaterSense a little bit. All the fixtures that we're using in our houses, EPA has a program called WaterSense. The fixtures are rated to use about 30% less water. Which is significant savings over the year. It's great for the environment.
You know, these are vinyl windows. So again, back to my earlier comments about a no-rot product, the vinyl is going to be no-rot. So They're also low E and insulated windows. And what does each of those terms mean to you? Well, insulated means you've got 2 panes of glass here. And in between those panes of glass is argon gas. Argon gas acts as an insulating factor to help keep heat transference from coming through the panes of glass. So what is low E? Well, low E is actually something that you can't see, just like you can't see the gas in between the glass. Low E is a very thin metal film that goes on a sheet of this glass. If I had a lighter, and unfortunately I don't have a lighter, and you held it up to a low E window, you should see 3 flames. 1 flame for each pane of glass, and 1 flame for that metal coating that's on the back side of the glass that you can't see. And what that metal coating does is it helps to reject the sun's radiant energy from coming through the window. Those rays come down, they hit that metal film, and they're rejected back outside. Now in the wintertime it helps you as well because it also helps to keep some of that heat inside your home. And so that's what an insulated low E window does for you.
Excellent.
Yeah, what we're trying to be able to show to you today, Merle, is on the back side of your roof sheathing here is a shiny metallic substance. Looks just like aluminum foil because really it is.
Yep.
It's called a radiant barrier. It comes from LP Products. It's a brand that we use. It's called Tech Shield. What that does, what this basically this aluminum foil backing does, July and August, other hot months of the year, this helps to reject up to 95% of the sun's radiant energy from penetrating into these cavities of your home and superheating them. Just like the low E does for your windows, we're using this on your roof sheathing. This can help cut your utility bills by up to 17% and lower the temperature in this room by up to 30 degrees versus not using this product at all and just having standard roof sheathing out here. It's a low-cost product with high-performance benefits, and that's why we like it at Homes by Dickerson.
We'll take a shot of this wonderful staircase railing.
Okay.
The reason we're showing you this is that it actually has both paint and stain. All the paints and stains that we use at Homes by Dickerson are low VOC, and that also helps protect that indoor air quality. It's great for the installers, but also when you move into a home, you're not going to have that really pungent smell that people are accustomed to using having with new homes. So that's used throughout the home. All right, Merle, this is an example of an Energy Star fixture that we use throughout the home. This not only is the fixture Energy Star rated, but you can't really see it. These are CFL light bulbs inside of this, and those significantly cut down on energy consumption, and we try to use them whenever we can throughout the house.
They also cut down on the amount of heat that gets put out. The regular light bulb is very hot to the touch, as you probably know. CFLs put out very little heat, comparatively speaking, and that cuts down on your heating and cooling bills too. Our carpets that we use are also green, though that one's tan. They're green because they're made of 100% recycled water bottles.
Merle, one thing I'll point out while we're walking by here, this is zoysia sod. It is a warm season grass, requires very little water compared to, say, a fescue grass that is installed in a lot of new homes today. But this, along with all of the plantings that you see, they're all indigenous to this area, very water tolerant. We believe that there's no reason to install irrigation because if we install a landscape that can be preserved by the natural water, why not? It's all better for the environment. Where fescue requires about an inch per week, zoysia needs about an inch per month, and that really is usually from most rainfalls. You may need to water it when you first put it down. Of course, we've already done that for you. It doesn't require as much mowing.
No, slow grower. Hey, check out this this wall sample here. This is a wall assembly like you would find in any of our homes. And there are 3 things that I want to point out about this wall assembly. I want to talk about advanced framing, which means you just saw my hand disappear into a corner of this home. We have learned through building science that you don't have to fill a corner with just lumber. You can put insulation back there if you frame it correctly. Now that's a little bit of insulation in one corner, but if I've got 40 or 50 corners in a home, I've now just really added a lot more insulation to that house. One of the other things that you see here, this is called a window header. This is a large block of wood And when the sun beats down on the side of your home and it heats up that piece of wood, that just transfers right through that wall assembly to the inside of your home. And you saw how much daylight we like to bring into our homes. We use a lot of windows. So we need to think about ways to help cut down on the heating and cooling load. Step around to the other side if you would, Merle. Now here's the other side of that opening. And basically what we've done is we've taken a piece of styrofoam and we've put it just behind the wall sheathing. You've got the wall sheathing here, you've got the styrofoam here, and you've got the header material here. This acts as a thermal block. It stops that heat from transferring into your home at every window. There again, lowering your heating and cooling bills. But what's this green material that's all around it? This is what's called the zip system. And it is a system because it's made up of the wall sheathing and it's made up of this special tape. And instead of trying to wrap your house like a Christmas present with Tyvek house wrap, which is a wonderful material, it's just very difficult to install well. Now something similar is just bonded to your wall sheathing. And then all you have to do is tape the seams. It's a very efficient way to get the same end result on the outside of your house. As a matter of fact, when Homes by Dickerson started using the zip system, and you remember the radiant barrier roof sheathing that we talked about when we were up in the attic of that house?
Yeah.
When we put those two products together, we were able to, on average, take a half a ton's worth of cooling capacity out of all of our homes because they're that much more efficient.
You see way over in the distance there, there's a little piggy pen filled up with waste.
Yes.
The average home generates about 40 tons of waste. And a lot of people ask us what we do with that. Do we send it to the landfill? We spend a little extra money. We hire vendors that actually will take that waste, they'll sort it, and recycle as much of the material as they possibly can. It's great for the environment. It does cost a little bit more, but we believe that it's important. Let's go back in the kitchen. I want to show you the HERS rating. HERS stands for the Home Energy Rating System. Every time we finish a home, we have a company, a third party, come out and they certify that we've built this home to the green specs. This is what we get after we finish everything you've seen today, all is part of a green building system or a high performance system. And the third party comes out inspecting the home throughout the building process. They come out several times while we're building the home to verify that we're framing it correctly, we're using those advanced building techniques, and then they're actually doing a blower door test and doing an analysis of the home. They basically cover up the front door and they pressurize the home. So when they complete that blower door test, they come back and they will give us this certificate. This particular home scored a 66. That lower score means that it's 34% more efficient than a standard new home. So if we were to build this home just to code, not any of the green features you saw today, it would likely score 100 on a scale from 1 to 100. 0 to 100. This home scored a 66, so it's 34% more efficient than the same standard home, new home. And they even go so far as to estimate the annual energy consumption of this home. And according to the certificate, this home is going to save the new homeowner at least $846 a year, which is a good mortgage payment, or at least a half of one. So we believe in this, and this home, again, has scored a 66. The other thing I want to point out is not everybody is comparing new homes to new homes. A lot of times they're going out looking at resale homes or existing homes. That's important to point out on here. An existing home on this scale scores about 130.
That's an existing home that's probably 12 to 15 years old.
Yep.
So if that home scored 130 and this one scores a 66, the delta between those two numbers is 64. So this home would be 64% more efficient or use 64% less energy than that resale home you might be considering.
So what does all this mean? This means that the homeowner not only has a more comfortable home to live in, that maintains temperature throughout the year, saves them energy costs, dollars in their pocket, better air quality, and also peace of mind and helping the environment.
Excellent.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Appreciate it, Merle. It's been fun.
Yeah. Hey, take care.